Have you ever felt your emotions take control when it matters most? Maybe in traffic or during a heated argument? It's common, and most of us struggle with it. Emotional reactions can cloud judgment and affect our daily lives. But the good news? You can change this. By using Stoic principles, you can control your emotional reactions in practical ways. In today's video, I'll share 9 Stoic habits to help you master emotional control. These habits aren't just theories. They come from the teachings of Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, mixed with modern science. They are simple and can be easily applied to daily life. Stick around because, in the end, I'll reveal a powerful habit most people overlook. If you want to gain peace of mind and become more resilient, this is for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us dive deeper into Stoicism and practical wisdom every day. Let's get started. Habit 1. Micro-meditations. Let's start with a simple yet powerful habit, micro-meditations. This is not about sitting in silence for hours. It's about finding brief moments throughout your day to reset and recenter your mind. Think of it as a mental pause button that aligns with Stoic principles. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, often spoke about the power of reflection and awareness. This is one way to apply those teachings to daily life. Micro-meditations are short bursts of mindfulness. You can practice them anywhere, whether you're stuck in traffic, sitting at your desk, or walking in a park. The key is to take a moment to focus on your breathing or your surroundings. This simple act can help break the cycle of emotional reactivity. As Stoic philosophers often remind us, it's not the events that disturb us, but our reactions to them. By practicing these mindful moments, we give our rational minds a chance to take charge. Why does this work? Studies show that even brief moments of mindfulness can lower stress and help regulate emotions. Stoicism teaches us that being in control of our thoughts leads to emotional mastery. Micro-meditations allow us to practice this control in real time. They become a part of your Stoic daily routine, building mental strength over time. How can you put this into practice? Start small. Next time you're feeling overwhelmed, try taking 3 deep breaths. Inhale slowly, hold for a moment, then exhale. Focus solely on the sensation of your breath. It might seem too simple, but it's a direct application of Stoic principles. This habit is like a mental reset button that helps you return to a state of calm. You can also try mindful observation. Pick a sound or an object around you and concentrate on it for just 1 minute. Doing this creates a buffer between your emotional reaction and your response. It's a practical way to employ Stoicism in daily life. Micro-meditations are about creating space for your mind to think clearly. They help you detach from the chaos and, as Stoic quotes often remind us, return to a place of calm and reason. This is the first step in mastering your emotional reactions. Habit 2. Widening the emotion-action gap. Now, let's dive into a vital Stoic principle, the gap between emotion and action. The Stoics believe that we are not slaves to our emotions. We are in control of how we respond. But how often do we react without thinking? A harsh word, an impulsive decision, these can cause regret and chaos in our lives. This is where widening the emotion-action gap becomes essential. What does this mean in practice? It's about training yourself to pause before responding to an emotional trigger. As the Stoic philosophers teach, our initial feelings aren't the problem. It's our immediate reaction that can create issues. So the goal is to create a brief moment of stillness when emotions arise. This pause allows your rational mind to take over, aligning your actions with Stoic wisdom. Why does this matter? When we react impulsively, we often end up doing things that don't align with our values. Stoicism is all about living by our highest ideals. By pausing, you give yourself a chance to respond thoughtfully, not just react emotionally. This small gap can be the difference between peace and regret. How can you practice this? The next time you feel a strong emotion, anger, frustration, or even excitement, count to 10 before reacting. It sounds simple, but it's powerful. This practice is like installing a Stoic daily reset button. Another way is to take a few deep breaths. Imagine that you are stepping back and observing the situation from a distance, like a Stoic philosopher would. This gives you the mental space to decide your response wisely. Another tip, repeat a simple Stoic quote in your mind, such as, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This reminder can help you stay grounded. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes to pause and think before acting. Widening this gap is not about denying emotions. It's about recognizing them and choosing your reaction. It turns emotional chaos into calm, allowing you to act in line with Stoic principles. Over time, this habit strengthens your ability to remain composed, no matter what life throws at you. Habit 3. Reframe negative emotions as guides. Now, let's talk about negative emotions and how to reframe them as guides rather than enemies. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius taught that our emotions are not the problem, it's how we interpret them. They believed emotions are signals, providing us with valuable information. The key is to use this information to guide our actions, not control them. When you feel anger, anxiety, or frustration, don't push it away. Instead, ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to tell me? This approach aligns with Stoic principles and helps you see emotions as teachers rather than obstacles. For example, anxiety might signal that you need to prepare more for an upcoming event. Anger could be a sign that your boundaries were crossed. By reframing these feelings, you turn them into opportunities for growth. Why is this effective? Because emotions often highlight unmet needs or core values. By understanding them, you can take practical steps to address the underlying issues. Stoicism is about living in harmony with your values, and emotions serve as reminders of what matters to you. When you see emotions as guides, you're not controlled by them, you're learning from them. How do you put this into practice? Start by journaling your daily emotions. Write down what you felt, why you think you felt it, and what it's signaling to you. This simple act of reflection aligns with Stoic daily habits. It helps you uncover patterns and gain insights into your emotional triggers. Over time, you'll learn to interpret these signals and respond in ways that align with your Stoic ideals. Another tip: when a strong emotion hits, ask yourself, what story am I telling myself? Often, our negative emotions stem from assumptions or judgments. Changing the narrative can change the emotional response. For example, instead of thinking, they disrespected me, try, maybe they're having a bad day. This habit isn't about denying or suppressing feelings. It's about recognizing their value and using them to guide your actions. By reframing emotions as guides, you practice Stoic wisdom in real life. It empowers you to navigate daily challenges with a calm, balanced mindset, leading to a life of greater peace and self-control. Habit 4. Nature-based grounding. Let's move on to a simple but powerful habit: nature-based grounding. This idea goes hand in hand with Stoic principles. The Stoics valued simplicity and often found peace in observing nature. In our modern lives, nature can serve as a natural reset for our emotions, helping us regain balance. Spending time in nature reduces stress and helps regulate emotional responses. Studies show that being in natural settings can lower cortisol levels and improve mood. But you don't need to hike a mountain to benefit from this habit. Small, daily moments with nature can make a huge difference. Here's how you can practice nature-based grounding in your daily routine. Start by taking a short walk outside, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Notice the sensations around you, the sound of birds, the rustling of leaves, the warmth of the sun. This mindful awareness is a form of Stoicism in action. It helps you step back from your emotional state and return to the present moment. If a walk isn't possible, try grounding exercises in your home or office. Open a window, let in fresh air, and take a few deep breaths. If you have a plant nearby, take a moment to observe its details, the color of its leaves, and the way it grows toward the light. These small acts of focusing on nature can create a mental space where emotional reactions lose their intensity. Why does this work? Nature serves as a reminder of life's simple, unchanging cycles. When you're caught up in strong emotions, nature-based grounding can bring you back to a state of calm. It teaches you to accept what you cannot control, a core Stoic principle. Another tip: incorporate mindful breathing while you're outside. As you inhale, imagine yourself drawing in the peace of the natural world. As you exhale, let go of any emotional tension. This habit acts as a Stoic daily ritual, aligning you with the wisdom of Stoic philosophers who found strength in simplicity. Nature-based grounding is about connecting with the world around you and finding calm in life's natural flow. By adding this habit to your routine, You create a reliable way to reset your emotions and maintain your inner balance. Habit 5. Premeditation of future challenges. Now let's explore a classic Stoic habit: premeditation of future challenges. This practice, known as premeditatio malorum, comes from the Stoic philosophers who believed in preparing the mind for potential difficulties. It's about visualizing what might go wrong, not to dwell on negativity, but to build mental resilience. How does this help? When we anticipate challenges, we reduce their emotional impact. The Stoics taught that by mentally rehearsing difficulties, we are less likely to be thrown off balance when they happen. This is not pessimism, it's practical wisdom. It's a way to create a calm, prepared mindset that aligns with Stoic principles. Here's how you can practice premeditation of challenges in your daily life. In the morning, take a few moments to visualize your day. Picture the tasks ahead and potential obstacles that might arise: an unexpected meeting, a disagreement, a traffic jam. Then, imagine how you will handle these situations calmly and wisely. This exercise aligns with the Stoic daily routine of reflection and preparation. Why does this work? When you mentally prepare for setbacks, you train your mind to respond with reason rather than emotion. You're giving yourself a mental blueprint for how to act in line with Stoic principles. Regardless of external events, the surprise factor is removed, and you feel more in control of your reactions. Another tip: when visualizing challenges, remind yourself of Stoic quotes like, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This reinforces the mindset that your reaction is within your control, even if the situation is not. It's a simple yet effective way to cultivate a Stoic approach to daily life. The key here is not to obsess over what might go wrong. It's about acknowledging that life has ups and downs and preparing yourself to face them with composure. By practicing this habit regularly, you build emotional resilience. You become less reactive and more focused on what you can control. Premeditation of future challenges transforms your mindset. It shifts your focus from fear of the unknown to a calm readiness. This habit strengthens your ability to meet life's obstacles with the steady calm of Stoicism. Habit 6. Self-compassion as the foundation. Let's move to a habit that might surprise you: self-compassion. Many believe Stoicism is about toughening up and ignoring emotions. In reality, Stoic principles teach us to approach ourselves with understanding. The Stoic philosophers emphasize the importance of treating our minds with the same kindness we show to others. Why is self-compassion important? Because when we're harsh on ourselves, we create an inner environment filled with tension and frustration. This makes it harder to control our emotional reactions. On the other hand, practicing self-compassion helps us respond to life's challenges with patience and wisdom. It's about permitting ourselves to be human and imperfect. This aligns with the Stoic idea that we should focus on what we can control, our reactions, and not get lost in self-criticism. Here's how to put this into practice. When you're feeling overwhelmed or upset, take a moment to acknowledge your feelings. Place a hand on your chest and silently tell yourself, "It's okay, I'm doing my best." This simple act of kindness is a form of self-compassion. It creates space for you to process emotions without judgment. Over time, this habit helps build emotional resilience, making it easier to face difficulties with a calm, Stoic mindset. Why does this work? The Stoics knew that self-blame and harshness only add to our emotional burden. By practicing self-compassion, you release the pressure to be perfect. You accept your emotions without letting them control you. This is how self-compassion aligns with Stoicism. It's not about indulging in self-pity. It's about recognizing your emotions as a part of life and choosing to respond with reason and patience. Another way to practice this habit is through daily reflection. In the evening, take a moment to review your day. If you have an emotional reaction you're not proud of, don't beat yourself up. Instead, ask, "What can I learn from this?" Use this reflection as a tool for growth, not judgment. Self-compassion is the foundation of emotional control. It allows you to approach your emotions with a sense of calm and understanding. By integrating this habit into your Stoic daily routine, you become kinder to yourself and, in turn, better equipped to handle life's challenges with grace and reason. Habit 7. The emotional toolkit approach. Next, let's build what I call an emotional toolkit. This is a collection of habits and strategies you can use to handle different emotional states. Stoic philosophers often spoke about the need to be prepared for life's challenges. An emotional toolkit does just that. It equips you with tools to manage emotions effectively in a way that aligns with Stoic principles. Why is this approach useful? Because emotions are unpredictable. You might feel calm one moment and overwhelmed the next. By having a set of tools ready, you can choose the best one for the situation. It's like being a craftsman, knowing when to use a hammer and when to use a chisel. In your emotional toolkit, each habit serves a specific purpose. How do you create your toolkit? Start by identifying your most common emotional triggers. Maybe it's stress at work, a difficult conversation, or unexpected changes. For each trigger, pair it with a Stoic habit. For instance, if you often get stressed at work, use micro-meditations as your go-to tool. When you face criticism, widen the emotion-action gap to give yourself space to respond thoughtfully. Include a mix of habits in your toolkit. Some, like nature-based grounding, help you reset in the moment. Others, like self-compassion, offer long-term support. The more tools you have, the more flexible and effective you become at managing your emotional reactions. Another key part of this approach is repetition. Like any skill, using your emotional toolkit requires practice. Make these habits a part of your Stoic daily routine. The more you use them, the easier it becomes to apply them when emotions flare up. Here's a tip. Write down your toolkit. Keep a simple list of your triggers and the corresponding Stoic habits. This serves as a quick reminder, especially during stressful times. Over time, you'll find that these habits start to work together, creating a balanced and composed mindset. The emotional toolkit approach puts you in control. It's about having strategies ready so you're not caught off guard by your emotions. This aligns with Stoic principles of preparation and self-mastery, helping you navigate life's challenges with a steady hand. Habit 8. Habit stacking. Now let's talk about a practical way to make these Stoic habits stick. Habit stacking. This technique is simple but effective. It involves linking a new habit to an existing one, making it easier to integrate into your daily life. Stoic philosophers believe that daily practice is key to mastering emotional control. Habit stacking helps you build consistent Stoic daily routine. Why is habit stacking so powerful? Our brains are wired to follow patterns. When we link a new habit to something we already do, it becomes part of our routine. This makes it easier to remember and follow through, turning short-term actions into long-term habits. The more you stack, the more your day becomes a series of Stoic practices. How can you use habit stacking? Start with a simple habit you already have. For example, you brush your teeth every morning. That's a great anchor point. Now, stack a Stoic habit onto it. After brushing your teeth, take 1 minute to practice mindful breathing. Inhale slowly, hold for a few seconds, then exhale. This tiny moment of mindfulness sets a calm tone for the day. Another example, if you commute to work, use the first few minutes to reflect on your emotional toolkit. Think about potential challenges you might face today and how you'll use Stoic principles to handle them. This habit of stacking transforms your commute into a mental preparation session, keeping Stoicism at the forefront of your mind. Here's another tip. After you finish your lunch, practice gratitude. Reflect on 3 things you are grateful for, grounding yourself in positive emotions. This simple habit aligns with Stoic teachings on focusing on what you can control and appreciating life's gifts. By stacking new habits onto existing routines, you make them automatic. Over time, your day will be filled with these moments of Stoic mindfulness. It's a seamless way to incorporate the teachings of Stoic philosophers into daily life. Habit stacking is about building layers of Stoic habits throughout your day. It's an easy and effective method to create a mindset of calm and resilience. With each stack, you strengthen your ability to control your emotional reactions, leading to a life rooted in wisdom and self-mastery. Habit 9. Intentional reflection. Now, let's dive into one of the most powerful habits in Stoic philosophy, intentional reflection. The Stoic philosophers, including Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, were big on self-reflection. They believed that reviewing your day helps you gain insights into your actions and reactions. This practice is not about self-criticism, it's about learning and growing. It aligns perfectly with the Stoic daily routine of self-improvement. Why is intentional reflection so effective? When you take time to look back on your day, you become more aware of your emotional triggers and responses. This awareness is the first step toward change. Reflection allows you to identify what worked well and what could be improved. It's about turning daily experiences into lessons that guide you toward emotional mastery. How can you practice intentional reflection? Set aside 5 minutes each evening. Find a quiet spot where you can think without distractions. Ask yourself a few simple questions. What emotions did I feel today? How did I respond to them? Did my actions align with my values and the Stoic principles I strive to live by? This exercise helps you see patterns in your reactions, providing insight into areas for growth. Another effective way to reflect is to keep a journal. Write down your thoughts about the day's events, especially moments when you felt a strong emotion. Describe what happened, how you reacted, and how you might approach it differently next time. This practice makes your thoughts more tangible and helps clarify your mindset. Over time, journaling becomes a record of your progress in applying Stoicism. End each reflection with a focus on gratitude. Identify at least one thing you are grateful for, even on tough days. This simple act shifts your mindset from focusing on problems to recognizing the good in your life. Gratitude is a core Stoic practice that balances the process of reflection with positivity. Intentional reflection is not about dwelling on mistakes. It's about understanding yourself better and using that knowledge to guide your future actions. By adding this habit to your routine, you develop a more thoughtful, balanced approach to life's challenges. With each reflection, you strengthen your emotional resilience, moving closer to the Stoic ideal of calm and reasoned living. So there you have it, 9 Stoic habits to help you master emotional control. Remember, it's not about suppressing your emotions but guiding them with intention. Each habit builds on the wisdom of Stoic philosophers, offering practical ways to stay calm and resilient. Now it's your turn. Start with just one habit and see how it changes your day. The journey to mastering your emotions begins with small, consistent steps. Reflect, practice, and grow. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and share it with someone who might benefit from these Stoic habits. And don't forget to subscribe to Stoic Narratives for more insights on Stoicism and daily life practices. Your support helps us dive deeper into these powerful teachings. Next time, we'll explore more ways to bring Stoic philosophy into everyday life. Stay grounded, stay focused, and remember, you have power over your mind, not outside events.